One day, Thomas wasn't feeling well. He was having trouble building up steam.
"You must go to the works, Thomas. Probably just some faulty tubes we can easily fix."
And Edward came to take Thomas away.
Cheer up, you'll be back in service in no time.
The Fat Controller brought Boko to help while Thomas was away, and Mavis also lent a hand with the goods work. Daisy sometimes had to pull rolling stock as well, if the other engines were too busy. She didn't mind pulling coaches like Henrietta or Victoria, but the one thing she hated more than ever were trucks.
Thomas has quite fine coaches.
Annie and Clariville were flattered.
Ooh, we do like him.
Indeed, but the idea of pulling your passengers is getting obsolete.
Isn't that the definition of a train?
What I mean is, with more diesel rail cars like me, the passengers would be in the locomotive, and there would be no need for fussing about shunting coaches.
Oh, do excuse me, you must go. Let's get these passengers to their destination.
I get them to their destination, and precisely on time as well. Later, Daisy was resting in her shed when the Fat Controller came looking very anxious.
"Daisy, please do me a huge favor, and take some trucks from Farquhar to the quarry, please."
Daisy glared. Trucks! Sir, can't Mavis do it?
"Mavis is extremely busy. Thomas would normally do this job."
What about Percy then?
"Just do it, please."
Daisy growled and scuttled to Farquhar. There were only 5 trucks, but they were very old and dirty. Daisy was disgusted. Trucks! The indignity! She coupled up to the trucks and headed off to Anofa Quarry. It's a very short distance from Farquhar to the quarry, but engines have to go very slow because the railway is old and extremely windy. At first, only engines with cowcatchers could ride on it, as Thomas found out with a policeman. But the law has since been changed because farmers are smart enough not to let their livestock roam around near a quarry. Daisy enjoyed the line because she rarely went on it, but did not like going slow, especially while pulling dirty trucks. At this speed, we'll be at the quarry by Christmas. Come on, driver, this is pathetic. Now, Daisy, you know the speed limit is 15 miles per hour. Besides, we're almost there. Daisy growled as she strolled over the magnificent stone bridge. At last, she reached the quarry. Mavis was pleased to see her, but was too busy shunting to say hello. The foreman spoke to Daisy's driver.
"Thanks for bringing these, but could you bring them onto the mineshaft line? Therefore, Mavis can just push them into the mineshaft."
"Will do." Daisy's driver was in a hurry to get the job done. He jumped in Daisy's cab, pulled the reverser, and accidentally put the throttle to maximum. He didn't realize this and leaned out of the door to watch where Daisy was going. Then it happened. He suddenly realized the throttle was on full, but then he lost his balance and fell out of Daisy. Daisy kept going on without him. Oh no! God damn it! Help! Stop me! But Daisy had already left the quarry and raced faster and faster down the line. "Contact Farquhar! Quickly!" "She'll derail on the quarry line going that fast around the bends." Fortunately, Daisy didn't, but she was extremely frightened when she whipped around them. Dear God! Woo! The trucks were delighted.
On, faster, faster, hey!
At Farquhar, workmen waited at the station to jump onto Daisy and stop her. However, they didn't know how fast she was actually going.
"Here she comes! Get ready!"
But Daisy was going so fast that when the workmen tried to jump onto her footplate, they bounced off like bouncy balls and severely injured themselves. "What are you trying to do? Dent me?" Daisy rocketed by Boca with Annie and Clarabelle.
Oh my goodness! What are you doing, Daisy?
Having a very frightening experience, that's for sure! All trains on the branch line were halted and diverted into sidings. Percy and Gordon sat waiting at Elsbridge.
A runaway? Probably another line of trucks who someone forgot to couple. Those little buggers. And delaying my train because of them too.
Or it could be. Help!
What the dickens?
Good Lord!
There was no way to stop Daisy by jumping on her, so when the Fat Controller heard the news, he hatched a plan.
I know. Henry and James aren't taking passenger trains right now.
The Fat Controller rushed to Knapford.
Leave your trains here. I need your help. Quickly.
And the engines were positioned in according to plan.
Let me get this straight. You want us to act like buffers? Like Daisy would crash into us at full speed?
With all due respect, sir, I think it would be easier to simply have an engine chase Daisy and grab her with a rope, like Edward did to me.
You were only going like 45 miles per hour and you weren't pulling anything.
Edward's right. Daisy could be going about 90, and she's probably already past Tidmouth at this rate, so it'd be virtually impossible for an engine going the same direction as her to catch up with her.
Sir Topham Hatt was right. Daisy was beyond Tidmouth and thundered through Henry's tunnel. Someone better save me, or I will sue this wretched railway!
He's coming. Go backwards, so the impact won't be as strong. Brace for impact!
Oh, come on.
You've gotta be kidding!
Henry and James put every ounce of steel into their brakes, but Daisy was still going too fast.
Go on, use your brakes! We're trying, goddammit!
Eventually, they reached the Little Western, but still weren't slowing down.
Oh, it's useless. I'm going into Daisy's cab.
And the driver climbed out, made his way along Henry's boiler as they thundered through Elsbridge Halt. The driver then climbed onto Daisy and had a bit of trouble opening the door, but managed to jump in.
All right, on the count of 3, slam on the brakes. 1, 2, 3!
And he slammed on Daisy's brakes. All 3 engines braked so hard that sparks flew from their wheels. The trucks caused a bit of a challenge, but the train was slowly slowing down. At last, the train came to a complete stop. The engines were all exhausted.
And we have officially stopped.
The crew all cheered. The engines were too exhausted to say anything, but made a feeble smile.
Feeble?
Edward came with the Fat Controller on board.
Well done, Henry and James. And Daisy, this was purely an accident, so you are not to blame.
Well, that's a relief.
I've got no work right now, so I can take those trucks back to the quarry if you want.
That would be much appreciated, Edward.
Also, Thomas has been repaired, so he'll be back tomorrow.
So there will be no more trucks for you to take. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, please. Trucks are dirty and smelly. I'm highly strung, and anything smelly
is bad for your swerves. We know it.